Hey YouTube, today's drill is the KOPS alert drill. I came up with this due to current trends we were seeing in law enforcement, especially body-worn camera footage, dash camera footage. A shout out to Police Activity, the YouTube channel, for all the video that they compile and put together. As a cop myself, it helps me train other cops and train civilians in what are we seeing as trends in terms of shootings and self-defense situations, because at the end of the day, a lot of the law enforcement encounters are just self-defense. Their job is just to be there and be the person that has to deal with some of these problems. So it's a good gauge to see what the trends are, what's happening. And what I noticed is a lot of cops are dealing with a suspect at, let's say, 15 yards. The suspect presents a gun, cop pulls his gun in response, starts backpedaling and firing multitude of rounds. They then either use a vehicle for cover or something else nearby. They get behind that, they may fire a few rounds, and then generally what we're seeing is the suspect is running, so the officer starts running. The officer runs a said distance, could be 20 yards, could be 5 yards, whatever it is. They come out to an all-out sprint trying to catch up to the suspect. Suspect turns, presents another situation where the officer has to immediately get rounds on target quickly, and the officer is then basically firing a bill drill at people. Okay, so knowing that, I came up with a drill that kind of addresses some of those, and not only is it a drill to practice some of that, to maybe what you're going to see in the real world, but also to have some hit factor scoring to have fun with it, right? Compete against your friends, see who's better, compete against coworkers, especially in the law enforcement realm, to see, hey, if this were to happen, who's the best at it. So hit factor scoring, what I mean by that, it's points divided by time. So I have two USPSA targets. That's what you're going to need for this. So the reason I have two is because I like to assume that the target is basically moving, and so that's your way of firing around another piece of cover or concealment or a vision barrier, whatever you want to classify these barrels as. But what we have here is I have two targets, okay? Two targets are 18 yards away from the barrels. The barrels are in the middle of the two targets. Those two targets are about 5-ish yards, so you put them down there, and these are in the middle of it, 18 yards away. At 15 yards, I have a stick from the center of the target. I have another stick about 10-ish yards away from the center target up there, okay? What's going to happen is I am going to start at the 15-yard mark here, be ready to go, and as the beep goes off, grab my gun, comes out, fire 6 rounds as I retreat, come around these, fire 4 rounds into the right target, 4 rounds into the left target. I'm going to start running up to the 10-yard mark. I'm going to conduct a speed reload, get the gun gassed up. As soon as I cross this line, I can start firing. Okay, so as soon as I cross that line, I can start firing. So if I come up here, as soon as I cross, fire my 6 rounds up close. So it's 6, 4, 4, 6. Okay. The reason why I want to be moving as I cross, or the reason why I want to cross that stick and shoot as I cross the stick, is because what we're seeing in a lot of these is that officers are at a full out sprint and they're coming in extremely fast, and then all of a sudden they're shooting on the move. Generally, they ain't just stopping. It's a lot of momentum, especially wearing a lot of police equipment. Some of these vests, like my vest is 30 pounds ish total with everything on it, maybe 25 ish, whatever it is. I'm coming across, and if I'm coming from a full sprint and coming across that on the ground and all of a sudden getting into a shooting, I don't just dead stop. That's not how it works. It's not momentum. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. So that's what I want to address here. So, and the reason I'm using hit factor scoring, which is points divided by time, is because I want to see basically an unbiased metric to see how I'm doing and how I'm improving. So this drill is, you don't have to be precise about it, but the point is that's my piece of cover, concealment, vision barrier, whatever you want to use. I'm firing at the one target and back on the other. Okay, the one target on the left is going to get a total of 16 rounds because it's getting 6 plus 4, which is 10, plus 6 more, so it's getting 16 rounds. The target on the right is only getting 4. Okay, so I'm going to shoot this with the meta glasses. I'm going to move this over to the side and give you a side view of what this looks like, but I'm just going to do a run of it, kind of see what it looks like, and then you guys can get at it and get after it and have fun with it. right, total time 1261. I had one round go high. I actually saw 2 dots in my sight from the glare coming off the holosun. So my dot was here. It was actually up high, but I saw it down here just due to the reflection. So fired one over the top, fired a second to come back down. But it looks like I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Charlies on this one, and 1 Charlie on here. So 7 Charlies. It's 20 rounds for a total of 100 points. So -2. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 86 divided by 1261 for a hit factor of 6,819. So my first shot was a 127. So this is just something to take a look at, mess with, and really hone in. This shot is my first shot, I believe. When I came over, I saw the dot, came up. I started looking here because I was looking over here, saw the dot, pressed it, then started looking center, fired my 3 rounds. And then at least on close, I believe these 2 at the close distance was from me moving and shooting. So give this one a try and let me know. So as you saw there, that was a run of it. And ideally, we'd like to see with, body armor on and testing some of this, I'd like to see 15 seconds or less, ideally. But really, I don't like to set a par time as far as like, hey, it has to be shot in this. And because really, your ability to shoot this faster is better. And I don't want people to get locked into like, oh, I can do it in the 15 seconds with whatever on, or I can do it in under 12 seconds with nothing, with just a battle belt or whatever setup you have. Really, we're just trying to get as fast as we can. So give it a try, see how fast of a time you can get down, and rep it out and see, especially like practice that 15-yard retreat to 18 yards and spam out your spam out those rounds and see what your hits are. I think Achilles Heel Tactical does a really good job with his dope drill of being like, okay, you're going to fire 5 rounds at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 yards and really see. We don't want to go slower. We want to keep the same speed and see where you start to break down. See where is it a vision piece? Is it an input piece? Because really at this distance, what's hindering me is my ability to have the correct input and see what I need to see in the sight and be comfortable with it slashing through that A zone. Or in this is coming up to the top of the target using my Glock 47. The recoil is basically to the top of the head box, and then it's coming back down. That's how it's streaking. So give it a try. Let me know what you think, and rep it out. Thanks for watching.